Dr. Anne Ehlert, and I'm an advocate for families with special needs, and I work with specifically families who have children and adults with some type of disability. And what I thought I'd share with you today is the fact that most families who have special needs in their family sometimes don't share it with their advisor. And so I thought I'd give you a few pointers in some of the areas that you might think about when you're working with a family and you're not sure if they have a family member with a special need. So first of all, what's a special need? It could be someone with a developmental disability, cognitive disability, physical disability, or some type of developmental disability. So let's talk about that, because the one thing these families want is authenticity. So if you have a family member with a disability yourself, or if you know of someone, you probably have a leg up on other advisors when you're talking with these families, but if you don't, how do you begin? So 2 questions you can ask families. If you're not sure if they have someone, you can just say pointedly, is there any special need in any one of your families, your parents, your children, the people around you, your siblings? And if they say yes, then 2 questions you can ask them is, well, maybe you can share with me what is the best thing that could happen to that person in their lifetime? And that will open the floodgates. You will have a different connection with that client. And then secondly, the second question you can ask is, what is the biggest fear you have for their future? And those 2 questions will open up the doors to a whole new relationship and deepen that relationship with that client. So once you find out something more about that individual, then you need to understand and not ask a question that sets you up for failure. So understand that a developmental disability is a person who may have Down syndrome, autism, cerebral palsy, and therefore the family probably has recognized this pretty early on in the person's lifetime and has lived with this and learned things slowly. So they are embracing, they want to make sure this person in their lifetime has a secure future, and they're looking to you to help them financially find the areas that you can put into the financial plan that gives them that peace of mind. Now, if you're talking to a family who has a family member with mental illness, it's a whole different ballgame. They're coming to you with anger, perhaps, at that person. The siblings aren't embracing. They have issues with accepting it. They're on a roller coaster. The individual has been difficult. They knew them as okay. Then all of a sudden they went off to college and they went to Harvard. And when they come back, they don't have capacity to function in the real world. And so what happens is the parents are coming in just telling you about this for the first time. Perhaps you're the first one they ever talk to about it. And what they're looking for, again, is peace of mind. But when they're doing their financial and estate planning, they are thinking about it in a different way. They're not thinking about being fair necessarily, because they are worried about the fact that the other siblings have a dispute with this one particular child. So your understanding of that is critical in your advice to them. If you're working with someone who has a physical disability, they're worried about the expense of equipment and accessibility of the home. And so it's incumbent upon you to understand some of the tax laws that pertain to some of the things they might be doing to convert their home. So if you can see disability, when we think about it as advisors, it's not just one thing. You also may be facing someone with a cognitive disability, that may be Lou Gehrig's or MS, and this person has lived all their life, and you may be talking this to your client, not their family member, but your client may be in this situation where they were absolutely fine and all of a sudden they got this diagnosis, and financially they may be devastated over their lifetime and they need help thinking through that. So you can see that the different kinds of disabilities really change how you approach the client, and once you ask those original 2 questions of them, you will find different solutions based upon their need. So I encourage you to ask the questions and deepen the relationship, but also when you do this, you also limit the liability of a practice, because if you don't know a family member has special needs and you position their assets improperly, you could be doing them a significant disservice. Thank you.